Get ready for the morning rush. A quick wrap of your news and weather. We start with Kristen Curry.
We'll begin with our next big weather maker. Have a storm system off to our west and high pressure to the east. A little bit of a monsoon flow set up here. That's going to help fire up the storms along and east of the central mountains. We'll actually continue to fill in with the rain activity through the later part of this afternoon and evening. You see some of the heavier showers focused in here across the northern mountains and that northeastern corner with spotty storms possible for us here in the metro. Crystal?
And as you get ready to head out the door, we're following the day's top local stories. We start with Sarah Yingling.
It was a sea of purple at the birthday party for little 10-year-old Victoria Martens. Thousands of people came out to Mariposa Park yesterday to give Victoria the birthday she never got to have and would have loved. Kids and parents wore Victoria's favorite color, purple, ate cake, decorated cards, and had their faces painted. How you can show your support and raise awareness about child abuse coming up in the 5 Facts.
Developing news this morning, Albuquerque police are still investigating a deadly shooting from over the weekend. It happened in a neighborhood near Manal and Juan de Bo around 3 Sunday morning. APD says officers found a man dead there following a shooting. Detectives have talked to a person of interest in this case. They have yet to identify that person or charge them. The victim's name has not been released at this time. New this morning, at least one Bernalillo County commissioner says he is willing to hold a special meeting over adding 2 ballot questions. That's according to the Albuquerque Journal. The Secretary of State has ordered clerks across New Mexico to submit their ballot by September 13th, but that's the same day commissioners were planning to meet to discuss adding the sick leave ordinance and a question financing system for mayoral campaigns. A difficult story this morning. Latin American music icon Juan Gabriel has died. Authorities say he passed away from natural causes in Santa Monica, California, Sunday morning. Gabriel sold more than 100 million records during his career. Mexico's president now tweeting that he was one of the biggest musical icons in his country. The musician was 66 years old. On to developing news this morning. The death toll continues to climb in central Italy after that massive 6.2 magnitude earthquake shook the region. At least 290 people now confirmed dead. Rescue crews are continuing their searches today for survivors. They're also looking for bodies. Crews are also assessing the damage to some buildings and demolishing the ones close to toppling over. Meanwhile, thousands are without homes. Those displaced have sought shelter in makeshift camps. On to new news this morning. South Florida is bracing for possible floods there. A system that could become a tropical storm is churning off the coast, threatening the region with several days of heavy rain. It comes as the Miami area is struggling to contain the Zika virus spread by local mosquitoes, which can breed in just a bottle cap of water. Property owners face a $1,000 fine for not getting rid of pools of standing water there. Kristen?
Metro Threat Index for today out of 4 with the risk of some of those spotty storms moving into the valley. With any developed storm, we'll be watching for the threat of heavy rain, localized flooding also in there. Gusty winds kicked out from those storms, also some lightning. That's going to be something we'll be watching for not only here in the metro, but across the eastern plains. We have the highest flooding risk, east central and southeast New Mexico. And this will pretty much be an afternoon, evening event. Crystal?
There's a lot of things that need to change. One specifically is police brutality.
Trending this morning, San Francisco 49ers quarterback Colin Kaepernick says he will continue to sit during the national anthem throughout the NFL season. Kaepernick says the move is a response to what he calls racial injustice in America. The 28-year-old has come under fire ever since he refused to stand during a recent game. On to developing news now out of Los Angeles. The international airport there was briefly evacuated Sunday night as authorities investigated a reported shooting. Several people inside the airport took to social media yesterday describing shots fired and police rushing into that airport. Airport police later said the incident proved to be only loud noises and that no shooting had occurred. On to developing news now. This morning, the NTSB is investigating a deadly small plane crash in Montana. Authorities say the plane crashed yesterday afternoon as it was trying to land at an airport, then crashed onto the shoulder of a nearby highway. There's some of the damage there in the video. 2 people on board were killed. Witnesses say the aircraft went into a stall as it pulled up. The pilot then never regained control. The names of those killed have not been released at this time.
Quick check on traffic. No major accidents to slow you down this morning. At this point, the only pretty big slowdown is Paseo eastbound between the I-25 and Ventura Street. But everything else, clean and green for your Monday morning.
On to this interesting story. Doctors at the University of Arkansas tracked teenage athletes recovering from concussions. They found adolescents who continued to play after a concussion took about 44 days to recover. Athletes who were removed immediately took about 22 days to recover. They also found those who stayed on the field showed worse cognitive problems and severe symptoms than those who were removed from play after the injury. How about this warning for parents this morning about the kind of bag or backpack their child will be taken to school today? About 5,400 kids are treated each year for backpack injuries, many of them sprains and strains to the shoulder or the lower back. One pediatrician is recommending the kids avoid those messenger bags. Use a bag with 2 wide padded straps to distribute the load, kind of like a backpack. Make sure the bag is not too heavy. Also this. Take a look at this viral sensation. We all know the ABCs can be a little repetitive, but as you can see, this little girl's rendition of the alphabet song is anything but. 2-year-old Violet's dramatic performance has been viewed online more than 3 million times since her mom, Christine, posted it. That was on Thursday. She's amazing.
She is very cute.
Time now for the 5 facts.
We'll start with number 5. This morning, a local human rights group is looking for New Mexico students to represent the U.S. again this year. It's part of a program where high school students are given the chance to take on judicial roles in some of the world's most horrific crimes. They will work alongside kids from Poland, Israel, and Germany. They're looking for 10 more teams. For more info, head over to our website, KRQE.com.
On to number 4 now. People living in the rebranded neighborhood Mile High District say the move to attract business is slowly paying off, but business owners say it may be a little too late. Some businesses have had to close doors. Others are hoping it pays off now.
At number 3, looking at more storms this afternoon across central and eastern New Mexico. High temps topping out in the 80s. We'll be looking for a few spot storms here in the metro.
Number 2, APD continues to investigate the death of a Vietnamese family of 3. Police say a family member or friend found the horrific scene. We'll have more on this on our website, KRQE.com. Number 1 now this morning, all 3 people suspected of being involved in 10-year-old Victoria Martens' murder remain behind bars. Over the weekend, Jessica Kelly made her first court appearance after being released from UNM Hospital. She was sent there for a broken leg after police say she jumped from the balcony to elude police the morning Victoria was killed. Yesterday, thousands of people gathered at a Northwest Albuquerque park in honor of Victoria's birthday. Guests brought stuffed animals to be donated to her classmates. A GoFundMe page has been set up for Victoria's brother. Today, community and school officials are going to be wearing blue, as we are, to bring awareness on child abuse. That's it for this show. Join us on the other side.